Well, I had a feather on it. I thought maybe I could make it. I could bedazzle it.
Good morning. There you go. Gotcha. Oh, the feather. Hey, I've got several feathers back here for you if you want them.
I am not prepared. This is crazy.
Well, that's good. Catch you unawares. So today we are going to briefly talk about Christ consciousness and spiritual disillusionment. I thought we'd probably first go with the definitions, since there's not really a whole lot we can study on this.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Well, with you, I'm always surprised.
Well, we could start with Christ consciousness being one of the conspiracy theories of new spirituality. That's why I had the foil hat.
There's no such thing as a conspiracy theory. It's all made up by the C blank A.
All right, go ahead, guys. I'm just going to say hi to everybody.
Okay. Christ consciousness definition. I've got several. There is all about choosing love over fear, the higher consciousness, and it is the consciousness which does pervade the universe, but is exemplified by the life of Yeshua and all the avatars and all liberated beings, in that they express the unitive consciousness of the Creator. It's being awakened. It allows the Spirit of the Creator to dwell within us. And some of the attributes of those that have Christ consciousness are love, peace, compassion, acceptance, wisdom, discernment, clarity, integrity, strength, courage, faith, trust, kindness, inclusiveness, and goodness. Does anybody have anything to add?
I am impressed. Dennis did his homework, Keymaster.
Yes.
Well, in other parts of the religions, or not religions, but yogis, Buddhas, they say that Christ consciousness is actually self-realization and unity with God. Many believe that if you look at the evolution of the chakras, we as we evolve, and we're from the basic of just survival, and we keep moving up, we are now evolving into Christ consciousness, which is the next evolution of the soul.
Okay, Vippy time.
Go for it.
Yep. I told King backstage, I said, Nadia's not here. I'm claiming the first Vippy.
Oh, right. I know. That was like hitting the buzzer really fast.
Early bird gets the worm.
All right. Anybody that has studied the Holy Bible, in Revelation, they talk about the marriage supper of the Lamb. Okay.
Bippy too.
Is this another name for reaching Christ consciousness as a collective?
Say it again, the separation?
No, is the marriage supper of the Lamb, what they call the marriage supper celebration, when we're all, the sheeps have been separated from the goats, that kind of thing. When we have our celebration and we're all with Christ again, is that another way of saying that's the moment we all reach Christ consciousness as a collective? To complete it, we're on our way in the little stair stepping. But the completion of it is the marriage supper of the Lamb. Another way of, is that what we're celebrating?
Yes. I agree, yes.
Yes, I get strong yes.
And believe it or not, it came to me, the 144,000 is all the, I don't know, I don't call it wires, but if you see the Kundalini rising, they all have their own little wires. It probably will equal up 144,000 when we get up there.
I'm already there.
You're in 142.
Okay, my Vippy.
Okay.
I'm curious, since we brought up the Bible.
Okay.
And I was going to put this up there for your Monday show, but I'll do it now.
Okay.
What percentage of the Bible is actually factual?
Okay.
I guess I better start starring the question, shouldn't I?
No, it worked. Now I feel jealous. I'm gonna pull up a Vippy.
No. This should be a no Vippy for Ascending Nadia Wednesday.
I'm not gonna hear it. La 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 la. You can't convince me. I'm covered. I think it should be like this, so you don't get my third eye, right?
I think that would, yeah. If you want to hide it, yeah.
Yes, Dragonfly. It is oneness with the divine.
About 70 to 80%.
Is
There's been a
true.
lot.
Is
It's true
okay.
that a lot. Now there's like a lot of truths, but they'll change like one or two verses or one or two words. It's just enough to make it change a little bit. But the divine creator comes in here, and this is his word. And then I have an 8 and I have a 7. So, and they showed me that as a download, 70 to 80%. Just depends on what version you have, because there's many different versions.
Oh yeah. So, what is the most popular? Is it King James?
Most people like the King James, but I don't think that is.
No, I wonder if that's less percentage in the King James. That's what I'm curious. If that's the most common one that they have now.
Yeah.
All right. If everybody has their pen and paper, there is a YouTube that really explains this Christ consciousness very well. And his name is Truth Seeker. I guess I'll have to type it on there. And Arian. I'll type it on there. I'll put it in parentheses.
Yeah, Dragonfly says some verses have been removed from the Bible.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
There's a big, strong warning against King James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big, strong warning that you're left out. They left a lot out of King James.
This guy was very good at explaining Christ consciousness. If you guys want to go over it, it's very nice. YouTube. Not Truth Seeker, it's Truth Seeker.
Seeker?
Seeker.
Okay, so what I also did, just to see both sides, because we don't want to, we're giving you guys little tidbits because this is your discernment, not ours, you know. So I also wanted to see what is the deception, Christ consciousness deception. What are they trying to prove in the deception? And their deception, because, you know, we do have to see both sides, is that one of the first lies that Satan said was that you could be like God. So they're trying to use that deception in the combination with Christ consciousness, that we are not supposed to be like Christ. We're supposed, you know, so I just wanted to say that this person, and I think this is why a lot of people are trying to revert back to their beliefs or their religion, is because they said that new age spiritual practice that is rooted in Eastern mysticism, they use Christian terminology and language to confuse the believers and cause them to fall away from faith. This is what they're using to say you can't think for yourself. You understand? So I just wanted to put that out there, because if you're hearing that, but your truth or your belief is within you already, don't fall for it.
I'd say probably one of the biggest deceptions is if you are leaving Christ out of it, period. He has to be in it. And I think all man-made title, whatever you want to call it, religions, Christ is in all of them.
Yes.
So if you remove him, then you are being deceived.
Well, I sent you, King, a definition of what they defined as Christ consciousness, if you want to pull that up.
I want to pop it in. I don't want to pull it. It might pull a muscle or something, you know?
Yeah, you know, your age.
Yeah, right. Doesn't take a whole lot anymore.
If we can zoom that. So this is how we were
let's try that.
spiritually growing. So many months ago, we've been talking about stop being a victim
Mm-hmm.
or abuser mentality. See, because you see how it's in the third dimension. You're in the matrix. Shame, fear, anger, pride. They want to keep you down. Don't worry about that purgatory, whatever that is on that side. But they want to keep you tethered down to the 3D world by how? Fear, by shame, shaming you if you don't agree with us. So once you start to understand the knowledge and you have the courage and the optimism or the acceptance, all right, I accept that we are in a crap world. That's fine. Understanding. You start moving up to inner wisdom. Well, I mean, we'll get to that when we get to the disillusion, but inner wisdom, now you start hearing your inner voice. Now you start understanding there's inner love. That's your self-empowerment. Even before this, Jen, when you first started, we always talked about, oh my God, my brain just went back. Self-empowerment, our sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
So see how we are striving to go up higher into this frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get into the oneness that we're all connected and how amazing that we all found each other on these shows and all that stuff, oneness, non-duality, we're not taking part of the movie, we're just watching the movie. Now we're into self-realization, which is Christ consciousness.
Well, we are taking part in the movie because it's up to us to keep the frequency up.
Well, yes, but we're not involved in, this Democrat or this Republican, or we're not taking that.
We realize it's a movie and we just kind of stand out and observe.
We're going with the flow, basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, we're just observing. We're not getting involved. I mean, even so, I'm half Palestinian, and there's that Israeli Palestinian. Yeah, it's a shocker, right? But I should be all pro-Palestine, whatever. No, I'm into humanity.
Yeah, but your eyes have been opened, and you've enlightened yourself of where remember the red ants and the black ants in the jar. Nobody asked who's shaking the jar. Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you realized let's not point the blame at the ants, point the blame at who's shaking the jar.
Yeah, but not only that. I mean, both sides have victims that are innocent. So
yes,
you
and
hit
that's
the
true.
non-duality. So I pray for everybody. I don't take one side.
Exactly. Now, this third dimension down on the bottom in the red, if you want to get into chakras, we know that's the root chakra. That's like a survival instinct of the things that make you have fight or flight, those kind of things. We have to remember that the 3D, these energies, pride, anger, fear, despair, shame, all of those things are food for the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
They feed off of this. The devil hates you being happy and loving and being like Christ. So if you have fear, they love that. That's like a sweet treat to them.
Okay.
So
And
once we accept no fear and we just go with it, like whatever, okay.
Yep.
Got this and let go and let God. That's a huge part of jumping out of all of those ranges there.
You do you, boo.
That's right, honey.
Yeah, what frequency is that? I'm going to say that's probably
The redneck frequency.
I should make a redneck chart. The redneckness map of spirituality.
You're in the red. That's the bless your heart stage.
Well, bless your pea picking
Down on the
heart.
bottom where it says shame, it'll say, "Yep, nothing done that."
All right. So also, I mean, if you want to understand about this Christ consciousness, in Corinthians 2:16, we have the mind of Christ, attainable for every believer. For greater things shall you do than me.
Yes.
Isn't that what Yeshua said?
Yes.
So in Romans, do not conform to the patterns of this world. I mean, they're already telling you there's a matrix.
Yes.
So if they're saying that we are occult or mysticisms or whatever like that. We're also understanding the scripture and to
Yes.
telling us these words. And these words are hidden knowledge through stories, parables, and sacred texts, but they're secret. So what they know or knew, the nefarious, we now know.
Yeah. Well,
So-
because when those scriptures were written, I believe the intention behind it with that Christ understanding is to get you to think for yourself. You know,
Yes.
there are cut and dry laws like the 10 Commandments and those kind of things, but these parables are there to get you, because free will, remember, he didn't interfere with free will. These are your choices. Think about it, ponder on it, and go within to find the answers.
Well, you will find that unconditional love will trump all of the 10 Commandments.
Exactly.
Basically. Because if you
Well-
love unconditionally, all
Right.
of those will be taken care of.
Exactly.
Okay. And also on Luke 17:2, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. So I may touch on some touchy subjects, but I'm going to say the rule of as above, so below,
Mm-hmm.
as within, so without, so as in, so out. So if you understand that you are the temple, you are the kingdom of God and has the fruit of the Spirit, that is temperance, peace, goodness, faith, believe, those are the fruits. Would you consider that was the forbidden fruit that they did not want us to touch because that was within us?
That who didn't want us to touch it?
The negative, or let's say the religion, the
Oh,
man-made.
yeah, because it keeps you bound and in restraints. Like, don't go there.
Because
And
that's- ahead.
do you remember when Rocco used to talk about the I am and understanding that God is within you?
Yes.
And we were told that we should know that once you go within and you find God, then that light comes out. It's hard for people to accept, like the worthiness.
Yes.
You are worthy. You are loved. You are precious. You're precious. Because God only made one of you, and there's a reason He made you. So, but the way we have been kept and suppressed, you're nothing. You are nothing special. You're just another rat in the race. It's a mindset. They play mind games with us.
Oh yeah, and how many times do you hear, well, he died for our sins. We are sinful. We are bad. It's not to show that we are the grace. We are the divine down here on earth, but I said it, on earth. But they wanted to show us that we were less than perfect.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just think funny thoughts.
I know.
Like
I
I
could
go,
see you
like I
laughing.
go in, I can go in meditation and go, I'm back.
And all his guides go,
Oh,
he's bad.
this child, do something with this child.
Well, bless your heart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. So, like I was saying, as without, as above, so below, as within, so without. If you actually want to understand how beautiful our bodies were created,
Mm-hmm.
the pineal gland produces the oil of Christ. So it's a place in the brain, and you guys can look it up. It's called the colostrum. That's where the pineal sits in. That's where the spinal fluid is produced, which is the oil of Christ. It has to go down to the basic chakra below, to the sacrum, where it shoots up the kundalini, which is the fire. So isn't it they say that you will be, how is it, something by the water, then you will be by the fire?
Mine tried to kill me at one point.
Well, they tried drowning you?
Well, mine that was so active that it was pouring spinal fluid by the buckets, and they couldn't shut off my pineal gland.
Wow.
Yeah, and this was years ago, and I actually had to go in and have surgery. You should see my MRIs. Oh, I don't have a normal brain.
Did you have a lobotomy?
I didn't have a lobotomy, no, but the pressure, the spinal fluid, and it was I mean, the pineal gland was just pouring, and it was crushing my brain.
So you were making a lot of Christ oil.
Yeah, apparently. But we slowed down the faucet, so we're okay now.
Eureka! We found oil.
Yeah.
You would have bottled it, John. You would have.
Why do I
made
feel like I
money.
need to sing the theme to the Beverly Hillbillies?
I was gonna say they packed up their truck and moved to Beverly.
We moved to the turkey.
Yeah, Jen, you got a cement pond there.
That's right.
Yeah. And okay, so I'm going to give you a little description. You got the two. You have the spinal cord, and you have two more cords going down. One's the Pingala, and one's the Ida. All right. I don't think I took a picture of it, but one is the pituitary gland, and Pingala is the pineal gland. So when they move down and up, that's your milk and honey.
The land of the milk and the honey.
And it also is positive and negative. It also magnetic, also is male and female. See how it's all coming together just by our own built of our body. It's so amazing. And they said that the oil that descends from the brain is also known as manna from heaven.
Well, I believe that. Yeah.
So, and so what happens is once it goes into the spinal cord, the oil goes up to the vagus nerve, passing the 33rd vertebra. Ooh, how is that? And also activating the Kundalini, which is the fire. Oh, what is it that you will be baptized by the water and then by the fire. So that is your oil that goes down, and then baptized by the fire is the Kundalini that wakes up and rises.
You would think that you'd be baptized by the fire first and then baptized by the water.
Put the fire out and get the water.
Because once you go on ascension, you got to need that fire. It's hard to get up to the 5D. We got rocket fuel now.
Yep.
So, yeah, and it activates the crystals. That fire activates the crystals in the pineal gland, which regenerates your body. And that's how we know that you can self-heal. So
right.
See how once you start to understand how, no, I'm
Are you sure you're not Italian?
If I was Italian, I would tell you I'm Italian.
Now you can look back and understand not only depopulation, but why they're so desperate to change the food industry and the water industry into deep, because it all calcifies that pineal gland.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, fluoride is one of the number one things.
Which they've calcified for many years now.
So not only do they just want to reduce the numbers, they absolutely do not want you reaching Christ consciousness.
Yeah. So, and also, what's his name? All right.
Jeff.
Sorry, my brain. I should put I think they're trying to.
Jerry.
I
Why
can't.
do you look like a weird space version of Robin Hood?
Yeah, I'm stealing.
Okay.
I'm stealing from the nefarious.
Okay.
All right, I had to do that because I couldn't remember. My brain was getting blocked. Billy Carson.
Uh-huh.
He also mentioned. I'll take that off now that I remembered his name.
Well, you might as well just keep it on.
Billy Carson, he also mentioned that if you look inside the skull, there's 3 nerve endings that go this way, hence the thorn of Christ.
Yeah.
So what you see in the Bible is also within you. And this is what you will learn is all the knowledge is within you. We just have to learn how to get it out.
We have to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's activating. He's sweating here. All right. So I think we're okay with the Christ consciousness. Is there anything that... Okay. I got some of that information from a YouTuber called Soul Alchemy.
Okay.
So they broke that down just in case anybody would like to know where I got that from.
So
Boy,
go ahead.
That leads me to another Bible question.
Is that Vippy number 3?
Well, it's interesting though, because you're talking about When Jacob wrestled God, right? Wasn't it Jacob that wrestled God?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, wasn't Jacob also led into, or he journeyed into the land of Pineal?
Yes.
Yep.
Is the Bible, is it another metaphor for Jacob finding his Kundalini and it going to Christ consciousness? Because how do you wrestle with God? He said, I will not let go. I mean, God could go, get off of me, you know.
Yeah.
How do you do? Take on little bugs. So I'm going to ask, did Jacob reach Christ consciousness in order to be able to hang on to God that tight? It could be a metaphor, but did he reach Christ consciousness and that in the land of Pineal? Is that why it's worded that way?
Yeah, I get strong yes.
Yeah. Did he had a ladder? Didn't he have a ladder?
Jacob's ladder.
Jacob's ladder.
How many rings were on the ladder?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he had a whole lot of time to make the ladder, so I would call on the naming of the ladder to Jacob. He had nothing to do with it.
That's a huge yes. That's a huge yes. What do you mean you have nothing to do with it? The King of Cups is in here.
Well, I had it all. I said he had nothing to do with it.
Okay, well, with Jacob, the King of Cups represents emotional intelligence. And so that is understanding what those emotions were, where he needed to go to reach Christ consciousness.
Or he probably heard the keys jangling from behind him.
Yeah.
Could be too. Jingle jangle. They heard my keys and they invented spurs.
Oh, is that how the jing jing happened?
Calling Bojangles.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying. So do we have anything more on this Christ consciousness? Are you guys okay with it? Should we go into now spiritual disillusionment?
Well, I think we've already just touched into spiritual disillusionment with Jay's earlier definition, I think. But I will define what I got.
What earlier definition? Was there something on here?
Huh?
Whose earlier definition?
Jay.
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spiritual disillusionment, a fantasy of something, a false impression, and now that impression has become exposed, moving from the illusion to truth, or our willingness to depart from a set dogma and risk losing everything in order to gain everything. In other words, stepping out of that proverbial box in order to explore everything that has been hidden.
Well, this is what's called the Great Awakening.
Yeah.
Well, God told us to explore.
Yep.
You know, ask questions.
Ask
He
questions.
That's
gave
how
us a
we
brain.
learn.
He gave us a brain for a reason.
Yeah, but he gave us that heart and soul and that compass and light within to guide us back home
Right.
to make sure we stay on the same path.
Exactly. So once and also us understanding, I didn't know Christ consciousness until I woke up. I you know all that is new terminology. Just like for you guys, when we talk about different terminologies, it was new to us, and so understanding a spiritual disillusionment means you are the beginning of your spiritual journey. When you start saying this doesn't feel right, this doesn't feel real, that's when the disillusionment starts.
It's the Eight of Cups in tarot. It is learning, coming so far, fighting on a journey, and then all of a sudden you realize you start making a list of the things you need to leave behind because they don't serve any purpose. And that chart that we had up there, a lot of those emotions, even though we're human, and we do go through these from time to time, we don't stay there as much as we did before. We're still learning as long as we're in these meat sacks. But we have grown so much.
We have.
I prefer to call mine a meat Gucci.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, what? A meat
He's
Gucci?
fancy.
Look at
Or
him.
or a Gucci meat. I don't know.
Gucci meat.
It's
That
not
might
just a
be-
sack.
It's a burrito. Okay, I'm gonna
Wrap me up.
And stick him out, please.
hug me tighter. Okay.
All right. I think I have another picture that will explain. Okay, this is a nice one. Let me send this out to you, King.
Okie dokie.
Oh boy, why? It might not work. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to you. I just love this. Is the good thing of technology when you know how to do it.
Well, yeah, but I haven't gotten it yet.
Jen, you want me to send it to you too, just in case?
You can.
It should be there.
It's not there. All I got is the original.
Right.
Well, let's see.
Let's see. It's sent. Let's see who gets it first. It says it's sent. And it's a nice one too.
It's email or it's snail mail.
No, I sent it to your messenger.
My messenger. I'm not on.
Yeah.
I'm not on Facebook now. What are you doing?
I'll also send this one too.
Let's see.
Jen, did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
There's
Wow.
also
Right there.
Can you? Is that it?
Yep.
all right. I sent one more.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Omega.
This is to let you guys know. This is what Jen is saying. If you see the colors going up and down, that's us normal day to day. There is no way we are going to stay at a solid color.
Yep.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Well, if you're called
We're
rainbow,
not talking about you getting naked and rolling in paint, King. Okay.
Darn
We're just-
it, man!
not that again.
No, we're not doing that again. I don't have
Rolling
enough
around
bail
in the
money right
mustard.
now.
Yeah, we're not going to fill the tub in the front of the house just to get that paint off of you either. All right. So
Is this still Christ consciousness, isn't it?
up on the top, the ultimate consciousness is enlightenment, yes, which is the omega, the alpha and the omega. Isn't that what they say? You are the alpha and the omega. So now you're
That is
understanding.
the beginning and the end. If we're just, I think we're out of the alpha stage. We fall back every once in a while, but we're pretty much out of the alpha stage, just beginning to go through all of those negative emotions.
Okay. So I just wanted to show that. And then I sent another one to explain the Ida and the Pingala.
These take care of all your vippies. You know that, right?
Well, since you guys are doing Vippies, I'm sending pictures. I got to do
There you
something.
go. That's exactly right. You get to show the.
Some of us
pictures
need
and the
visual
videos.
aids, okay?
Yes, that's right.
All right, if we can zoom that. So this is a Sahaja meditation. It's a different form of meditation, but what it actually shows is if you see the pineal gland, and this is why it's so important to show forgiveness, because didn't Jesus say in order to get to the kingdom of heaven, you have to go through me first?
Yeah,
So-
and supposedly one of the last 7 things he said was, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." And
Yeah.
boy, there's more truth to that than there ever was. Now that we understand it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But so you're looking at the pineal gland and the forgiveness. So
Mhm.
if you can start to lighten up your load of forgiveness, you start to move up.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to show you guys is in the middle is your spinal column, the spinal fluid. And then you have the Ida, which is on your left. Ida is on the right. That's
Mhm.
your masculine side. And Pingala is on your left. That's your feminine side. So I just thought you wanted to, to just give you guys a visual of how these channels work. That's what they're actually called, channels. So also the yin and yang, also future and past. The right is future. You're always worried about future. You get a hot liver. If you're holding on to the past, yeah, your left side gets affected.
Mm.
So all of this works in a beautiful motion once it's all cleared out. And that's why we had to get rid of our victimness. We have to get rid of negativity, love when you're rising up. Also, to let you guys know, I think I mentioned this before. Every chakra is evolution of humanity. The basic of survival, of a home. Let's get food. That's all they wanted. The navel. Now I need security and I need a home. I need to make sure my family's safe. That's navel. Then you got solar plexus. I want to take care of me. What's in it for me? So those are the lower chakras.
Mm.
Okay, so if you look at the Jewish Star of David, that's the triangle that goes down. So now the heart chakra starts the higher chakras with the triangle going up.
Mm.
You have the heart of love, of God's spark within your heart. Then the throat chakra. I need to speak my voice. I need to understand things. And then you go up to forgiveness, and then you get the crown chakra of enlightenment. So see how we are actually evolving. And King, I think sometimes your aura turns into that rainbow because you are up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what causes the aura to turn into those colors.
Yeah, like we were talking about the different levels, stages of your aura, how far out they go.
Right.
Like I only read so much. My eyeballs only go so far. Now I can do an overall, but that could go on. I have to turn my head like a tennis match to see how large it is for some people.
I want that on video.
Oh, okay.
To turn your head?
Yeah.
Or your eyeballs?
Tennis match. Yeah. It's but the colors don't stay still. They're living, breathing, they're in motion. So they're constantly, if somebody says, what color is it? Well, it could be multiple colors and they flow in and out of each other.
Mm-hmm. So Karen asked a question. You highlighted it. Since this picture's on, you want me to answer it on the bottom? Or should I wait till all the questions are?
Which one?
The last one at
Karen's?
Karen, yeah. She asked
1:37 my time, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. She asked if do the colored numbers on the chakra energy mean anything? Yes. When you start developing this type of meditation, you'll get a vortex on these fingers, and they indicate which chakra is being blocked, and also if it's on the left side or the right side. But you also have those numbers on your feet, on your head. It's those sensitive points that you can find out within you what needs to be worked on.
So if you guys ever want to know what Naughty is doing when she gets her jazz hands, this is what she's feeling for.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool.
Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil.
We got any more on spiritual disillusionment?
Yes, I do.
Well, there you go.
Do you?
No.
Well, just like
That's why I asked.
This is where we need to really learn to trust our intuition, because your gut is there to help you through the disillusionment. If you hear something, what is your gut telling you?
Well,
are you listening? But you got to know the difference between ego versus your intuition.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the first
You
step.
definitely have to know.
Yeah.
So also when you start during your spiritual journey, and we always say, make sure you're grateful for something, make sure, and then like everything goes wrong and you're like, I don't see the gratitude. Sometimes it feels bad. Why is this happening to me? They say it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, because this is all the shadow work that has been built up within ourselves.
Right.
So things are coming out, or teaching you patience. It's not something that's going to be learned instantly. It's going to keep coming back and checking if you cleaned out what needed to be cleaned out with your shadow work. Also, when you start going on your spiritual journey, the more you are really involved in your journey, it's called like a karmic speed. You start accelerating, so things start bombarding you even more. And I always used to use the song, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, because every trauma or every tribulation that I went through, I used it as it strengthened me for the next thing to come.
Right.
Also, you notice that you'll be losing some family or friends because they don't understand you. Um, and sometimes you feel like, this is baloney. Why am I spiritually growing when I'm losing people that I used to be close with?
Right.
That's because they're not resonating in the same frequency as you. So
That's very true.
it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that you're going to start meeting new people that have the same resonance or same frequency as our soul family here. I mean, most of you guys got attracted here because it felt nice, it felt comfortable, it felt like home. And that's why we call us the collective. And so you start to feel like you're spiritually attacked also.
Right.
And it's just to check to see how you're doing on your journey. I mean, if you know your words, you know your sovereignty, you know your truth and your connection with our beautiful creator, that should be going away. Do you guys want to say anything about that one?
Well, like I said, this one is we're always a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as we're in these physical bodies, we're always going to have to go back and repeat. Like when someone says, how do my chakras look? Well, if you've done your work and they look good, you go back next week. If something has happened, you may need more work done. It's a constant cycle, but you learn how to prevent things.
Exactly. I mean, when you're in that situation, the best thing you can do is breathe.
Yes. And if you're constantly negative, woe is me, everything's wrong, I can't do it, this is an ongoing process. You got a lot of work to do. You've got to stop talking so negative.
Yeah. Because what you put out, your words are like swords. And that's what it is in tarot. What you put out is what the universe thinks you want.
Right. Yeah. That's why tarot, a lot of divination tools, the more you need to be specific. Like if you have a question, but it's kind of vague, you get what spirit gives you. The more specific the question, the more specific the answer. Your intention can be behind it, but remember, spirit, when they answer, divine spirit's beyond space and time. They don't conform to the way we talk.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be clear what our intentions are.
Yeah. Always be specific. Oh my gosh. If you said, can I have a car? And then it gives you one without an engine or anything like that. Well,
yeah, exactly. You can have a car, but you're like, well, I don't want that one, or it doesn't run. Well, you didn't specify you wanted a running working car.
Yeah.
So
you have to be specific also, of what you want.
Yeah. And also, what frequency are you in when you're asking for that?
Yeah.
If I'm in a crap, everything doesn't work for me, I hate this and I hate that. Yeah, you're going to get a car with no engine or whatever.
Yeah.
So you want to take Karen's other question on that?
Yeah. So pressure in the palm means maybe there's a blockage still. You're not into the self-realization. And a lot of people, as you're going for Christ consciousness, will feel that pressure on the top of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of work because there's probably still more things at the bottom that are not released. Yeah. Oh, and also ego. Ego will not let you go through that.
And ego gets a bad rap a lot of times, but your ego is necessary in this world. It keeps you safe. So yeah, it's really learning. That's one of the first major steps we have to learn. What is ego? What is intuition? Finding out the difference and with the emotions as well, because they will all they're all working against each other or for each other. It's just different. It's a case by case situation. I like Terry's explanation. Ask for a car, Hot Wheels on the way. Yeah.
I wanted
little man would be happy, but yeah, that's not what we meant. Yeah.
Yeah, no, if Roy was here, I was going to say logic is next door. We're not into the logic now. We're into our spirituality. We're into finding out who we are.
Yeah.
We are the soul. You know, I'm going to say this because it's so amazing. Even during meditation, when we do the I am affirmation, I am not the body, I am not the thoughts, I am not the emotion, I am not the mind. It's just an instrument of the soul. But everybody says it, but nobody understands that when we start ascending or astral projecting, this is what it's telling you. All this, even your ego, is left aside. So
Yeah, your
even
soul and spirit are here to have a human experience. That's what it's doing. Your body needs the soul and spirit, but your soul and spirit does not need this body. As soon as you step out, there's no difference. You're still you. You just don't have the heavy weight of this meat sack. I'll use that term. Yeah.
Gucci sack. Come on, get it right.
Gucci sack. Sorry.
I just want to make sure you let go of my ego.
Let go of my ego? Yeah. I wonder
Your
if that was
your ego can keep you alive. It's almost it can be a safety net. So yeah.
I wonder if they thought of that when they did that Ego commercial. Let go of my ego. Yeah, that's so funny. But I think I got everything. Oh, and also, this is very important, guys. I did want to mention this. Just because you guys are spiritually ascending and we are, let's say we're in the fourth density, right?
Mm-hmm.
When
Hypothetically.
Hypothetical, allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly, where were you at 9:00 last night? Okay.
Astral planing. Thank you very much. No, but just because we are in a higher density, because we are really working on our spiritual journey, does not mean that we have problems with the people who are not on their journey yet. We still have to give them love and compassion.
Yeah.
Because how are you, as an evolved soul, going through Christ consciousness, thinking you are better than they are? So even though we are ascending, we're not saying, "Oh, you poor." What is it? Bless your heart.
Yeah,
well, bless your pea-picking heart.
Yeah. Well, we need to take on the understanding it is not our job to save the world.
Yeah, and they're doing it themselves.
When somebody, this is not a contest, I'm going to one up you. It is not about that. Everyone is going to learn and ascend in their own way.
Yep.
And the empath people, myself included, and the two people on the screen here with me are empaths. What? No. We had a Brady Bunch. We had a Brady Bunch moment. You're looking, who are you? Yeah.
We'll give an example.
Empaths want to save the world. And I've heard it called the Jesus complex before, because you love humanity so much. You want to fix everything. But
you have to remember that everybody has their own path.
Exactly. And you ain't Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. Here, let's do an example of ego. Hey, King, my aura is bigger than yours.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we have to remember not to cut other people down because they're slower at it than you are.
It's not the size that matters.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay.
But we do have to give compassion, because that's part of going up to unconditional love.
Yeah.
And oneness. So I am done. No, I got another page.
Page 5.
Well, let me see. Oh, okay. Okay. This is very important again. And this is, I hope we address the younger people who are coming and listening, hopefully. So, Father, we're asking on 48 minutes, let these young people understand this. We have star seeds that come in, and they came down with the soul contract of saving the world also. But then they come here, and it's the ugliest thing they've ever seen. They've never seen hate and war and death and trauma. So younger children, younger adults, let's say, they don't even want to look at a religion, because they're very unhappy. They're very depressed. They can't find their sense of purpose. They're trying to look for the happiness of what they were before they incarnated. So we have to really help them out and have them understand that we understand what you're going through. Just continue to be grateful, continue to be grounded. Most of them get stuck behind an Xbox or whatever, because they just don't care about what's going on out there.
Yeah.
They do. Their minds are going 1,000 miles a minute,
Yeah.
but they don't have that motivation.
Or they'll say, well, what could I do about it? I'm just me. They don't realize that every soul is important.
Also, things don't go their way that they expect, so they just feel like, what's the point? I expected it this way and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So then they also question if there's a creator. Because why would the creator, if he was the creator, our divine father, have bad things happen in the world? Where is he? That's a lot I hear from young people. And so they turn
Because
away.
Father is a gentleman and will never interfere with your free will.
Well, that question has been asked for centuries, I'm sure.
Eons, people. Like, if there's a God, where's he at? Why did that war happen? Why are these children dying? Why is this happening? Because you have free will.
Well,
You
not
can
only-
choose evil versus divine. People
Exactly.
have that right. The angels had the right. We have the right.
Exactly. And that's the thing. How could you know what is the light if you don't see the darkness?
Exactly. How do
How
you
can you
know
know?
joy if you don't have pain? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's all
And
about balance.
some of
Mhm.
these people, and it's hard to understand this, including children, including fetuses, when their life is taken away, that could have been their soul contract to experience that,
Mm.
or to open somebody's eye on an
Yeah.
incident. So we don't understand why, because it is a divine plan, and our brains are not as big as that to understand it. But we
Right.
also
Well.
know that it could be a soul contract, that that baby had to experience that, or the fetus had to experience that.
Well, we also have to understand that we may not have to like it, but we need to go gentle with the knee-jerk reactions.
Mhm. And
It's
that's what
It's
yeah.
not your life. It's not your, your soul contract, your path. So, we got to let people live their lives at their own speed, own way. You don't have to agree with it. You can pray for them, bless their heart, and let them go.
Exactly. You could pray for them. But
Be
also,
right back.
okay, with the spiritual journey, you are cleansing and accelerating your karmic lessons. So if I were a normal in the matrix, not that I'm saying for you guys to be in the matrix, but if you are a normal person, karma will come to you in a slower rate. But as you're cleansing everything, working into the dark night of the soul, your karma gets accelerated.
I'll be
And
back.
wow, should I be next, or am I still talking?
Well, the back door flew open, and I'm like, what are you doing?
It's at that point, rather than just leaning back and crossing my arms, I'm just going to take a bathroom break,
Exit
okay,
stage
go ahead.
left. Okay.
Stage left. So as you guys are accelerating your karmic lessons, because we are speeding it up, and I believe we're done with karma, long-term karma for next
Yeah.
life reincarnation. We
Yeah.
are now instant karma. So sometimes what you do comes back really quick. That's your instant. You have no more new life to go and learn that lesson. But as you guys are going through karmic acceleration, so is Mama Gaia. And I want you guys to know that when you see these volcanoes or earthquakes or floods, they're not just cleansing, but she's releasing her karmic
She's
lessons.
purging.
But yeah, karmic lessons. So that makes also the younger people more depressed and disappointed, because they're like, in this world, what's going on? We don't know where our house is going to be. So they have to understand that this is awakening and understanding that these things have to happen in order for evolution to evolve.
True. And with Mama Gaia, everybody is so quick to put a label on it. Well, she's doing all that because it's hot outside and it's your all's fault. That is not what is going on. Gaia is a living, breathing being, and she gets flustered and aggravated too, and she's purging all of the past things that's been done to her as well. It's not because it's just getting hot outside.
Well, we used to say she was going through menopause, but I think
Well, sometimes, we'll crack jokes. Mother Nature's off her meds again.
because we had 100 degrees and then we had instant storms last night.
Well, send some this way. Tornadoes not welcome, but we need rain so bad it's not funny.
I know. We haven't had rain for a while, and yesterday was a pretty good amount. But I was a little nervous, but we still have faith, and we know we have protection when we meditate and pray. We know we have a bubble.
Yep.
But I said, "Oh my God, it was 100 degrees, and then rain. That's a recipe for a tornado."
Yes.
And we did have hail, but we didn't have anything else.
Hail.
Hail, he's here.
Well, hail. Okay.
Hail, Keymaster.
Jingle, jangle, jingle.
Are we ready to do questions?
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I didn't miss any. I think I got them all. All right. So, check your coffee page first. Let's do that.
I know that I've got Miss Caroline in here. And I've got Miss Terry. So I've got those and then Miss Renee on the phone. So you tell me when.
Let's go ahead and pause the questions for now. And you go ahead.
Okay. So Miss Caroline asked these questions the other day. She said Monday I asked a question. When it posted, it's changed the whole thing. Yeah. Whether that's autocorrect, they do that.
Oh, yeah.
Her question is, I hear we will have an election. It won't be canceled. True or false? That's the first one.
What timeline are we on?
The one we're in at this very moment. Will we have an election?
At this very time, now I'm answering.
Yeah, I get depending on timeline. It's no if we're on this one.
We're on this one. We have election this year. Yeah, very, very little yes, but it's more no. It's more no.
It's not like we don't keep changing timelines,
This is a yes, but it can change.
Yeah, it's very little, but it wasn't that.
Yeah. We just need to remember the divine has this. This is the divine's plan. So whatever they do, we have to trust that the divine has it.
It's a divine show.
It's always been.
The base card is 7 of Cups. So I think we've got multiple options out there. They're just going to see how this goes. There's still a lot going on right now in the political world. So they're going to leave some options on the table. So really, we're just hurry up and wait.
Well, I'm going to do part of a movie script and send it and see if they'll accept it. I want them, to pull the candidates and have them pull off the mask and said, if it wasn't for you nasty kids, I would have got away with it. I think we should do that.
Do you need a stunt man?
Scooby-Doo.
I do my own stunts.
Okay.
That's called falling.
All right. Caroline goes on to say, I also hear it will work the way that all elections work, and Trump won't take office till the inauguration. True or false? So if we have one, he won't take office early. He will wait until January 20th.
Rather than being led in by the
from
military.
the Brunson case and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard something else also. But this is all hearsay. Okay, will Trump lose and take inauguration? I got a stronger yes on that one. In this timeline.
Yeah, I am too. Be like normal.
We've got some exposure here.
Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Cover your eyes. They're going to expose this. Now you got 5,
Yes,
5,
they are.
5 right in a row. Okay.
5 changes are coming.
Yeah, and remember, fives are temporary. So as of right now, this is a strategic move of how I think that it's still up in the air of how they're going to do this. Five of Cups. Think about loss and who was left out. Okay, remember, we won't get into the technical terms, so King doesn't get a strike against him. But it's wearing people down. They're tired. They don't want to wait. Can we really wait until January? I think we're pretty tough. We can handle it. I think it will be beforehand as of right now. I think they're going to, because the 8 of Wands is fast moving already in the works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people can wait until January.
Yeah.
Well, we also have to practice temperance. That's one of our spiritual.
I think 3.5 years of this crap.
Well, this is why it's so hard for me to get into that because, if it would have happened in 2 years or whatever, I can see it. But to wait till all the way to the election and have it just doesn't.
People are hurting. People are really hurting, and they're losing a lot.
The hurting is helping people wake up.
It does. It does, because if you want to wake somebody up, hit them in their wallet, and we know that.
Yeah,
but people that have been awake for a really long time are going, "This is for the birds," and they're giving up and they're losing faith.
They're losing faith, but that's part of your journey of disillusionment. Why do you have to lose faith? If you're understanding that you're going up Christ consciousness and you're going up into the 5th density of non-polarity, where is your faith?
Yeah.
It's not in the country. It's in you.
Right.
So for me, it's almost like us taking a break watching TV. That's basically what this is.
Yeah. 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 James, you can open your eyes. It's safe. Okay. All right.
Also, when I was coming home from the turkey, I stopped in at Wendy's and ordered some
chili. Chili.
No chili. I couldn't do it in 80. Yeah, you just reminded me. I got to go get one now.
Okay.
Blazing Saddles.
Joke, but I told them, I said, "Wow, look at the price of everything rising now." And she said, Bidenomics. And that's them waking. And she said, people are not seeing it, but they're going to see it soon. So you see young people waking up and understanding that we were hoodwinked.
Well, a lot of the younger ones that are coming, they've come out of high school and they've started working and getting out into the real world the last couple of years. I have seen videos of them going to the grocery store. I don't make that kind of money. I can't even buy a piece of chicken. This is ridiculous. And I'm thinking, think about your poor parents.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. They're even starting to see the difference.
Every time you open up that refrigerator door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Marcy's talking about her gas, how much it is for gas in Southern Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
In Kentucky, it's $2.96 a gallon.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it's cheaper than that for us because we have one of those special little cards that gives you like 10 cents off of that. So
It's
I
more
got the 10 cents
expensive
off
for
of it
us.
too. Yeah. So
We're
Yeah.
like 3.5.
I got up here, it was like $3.89. I got back home.
a lot of people don't use gas around here. Everything is diesel run. It's tractors and that kind of stuff. So, yeah. All right. The final part of Caroline's is I just heard yesterday that Robert Kennedy was played by JFK Jr. True or false? They say Robert is 5 inches shorter than Trump, and this person may be the same height or taller. Love all of you, and thank you for doing what you do. Okay. So we want to know if JFK Jr. is playing Robert.
Sometimes. Not all the time. Wow, that surprised me.
Yeah, I'm getting a strong yes.
Wow.
Then I would bring out another question as to whether or not RFK Jr. is still alive.
But he is. We had
Yep.
lunch yesterday.
They're very sneaky about it. Absolutely. There's mask wearing here. It's very secretive. There's 3 of them that actually play that role.
Yeah.
But when RFK Jr. endorsed Trump, Jr. John was the one playing that role.
Nice.
So let's see if the original RFK Jr. is still alive.
All right, I'm gonna have to pull my Vippy on this one.
Yeah, I'm getting a yes.
It is a yes.
Yes,
And
he
no
is.
Vippy. Put your Vippy away. This is a no Vippy day for you.
Yes, he is. He is still very much alive. But he understands all of what's going on because he's behind it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
He's
yeah,
playing a role as well.
he's really behind it. However, my question is,
Hmm.
remember that one person that came out that said he was the real JFK Jr.? Did we
Yeah.
ever figure out if that was the real JFK Jr.? And if that is, who is the one being JFK Jr. now?
That was the one that we pulled on, and it was a sibling because some
Was
were
it?
separated. They
Okay,
had
so
a lot of kids, and some were
Yeah.
separated.
So it was a sibling. It wasn't JFK Jr. himself.
So I remember pulling on that, and it was it. I got the sibling card that it was a sibling.
Was it Patrick?
I don't remember if it was Patrick or not. We can
I don't
ask.
know. I don't know if it was sibling or if it's actually within a relative, like JFK Jr. and RFK Jr. are cousins.
Right. Well, a lot of times you can have a cousin that's so close to you that it feels like a sibling.
True. True.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. This is one that was taken off world.
Yes.
Patrick.
So Pat, it would be Patrick.
Patrick was taken off world, or was it John?
Yeah, for years. I think that's where he grew up.
So okay, now
Yeah.
I'm even more confused. Is
Well,
Patrick the one
welcome
that's
to my
playing
world.
JFK Jr. now? And the one who was the one that said he was the real JFK Jr., the one that was abused?
The one that's playing John now is John. That's him.
Yeah.
He's got he loves to be in disguise. There's lots of people
Oh
that
yeah. Yeah.
But wasn't he taken off planet? I thought he was the one that was taken off.
JFK Jr. No.
not until the faking of the airplane crash.
Right.
Not as a child, but yeah, as with the air after the airplane thing, yes.
Yeah, because he could. Well,
Yes.
both. I think he and his wife
Mhm.
and her sister were all three taken off world because they could not be seen
Yeah.
on world.
Yep. They had a contract to do that. So that's where they've been. Yep. Living their lives and raising their children. And now you get to see their offspring as well.
And I think
Nice.
Patrick was off world as a child.
Yep.
And then he was brought back.
Yeah, because nobody knew about Patrick.
Yep.
Because they all thought that he was gone. He was passed
Yeah.
on at birth.
But now he's the one claiming he is John.
Well, he could be claiming that he is one of.
But remember, disinformation is important as well. It's enough to throw
Yeah.
people off.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, Jen, because you have to. What we really strive here on this show is to use your discernment, and
Mhm.
you might see some truthers now changing their colors. You guys have to use discernment. I mean, there are a lot of misinformation sneaking in between truth. So
Well, a lot of the truthers, I use that term loosely because they're either out to scam people or they're in on it to
They're
put
on
that
it.
disinformation. So this is where the Great Awakening comes in. You figure it out. It will be revealed, but this is where you're being tested to use those skills that have been
Yeah.
dormant for so long. Yeah.
exactly. So
Being
that's what I
tested.
wanted them to know.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Got
right.
any more?
Yeah, I got Terry has the next one. Is William Wallace Lincoln Calhoun, the son of Abraham Lincoln and JFK's grandfather, the one who is buried in the tomb of the unknown soldier?
Strong
Wow.
yes.
That's a
Strong
great
yes.
question.
Wow. Yes. It didn't even.
And she's not even waving her hands either.
It wouldn't. As soon as I went like this, it said, yes.
That's what I got too.
And
Immediately.
Spirit smacking her hand. Just keep them down. And the answer is yes.
Woo.
Yes. Yes, it is. Very strategically placed there for a reason.
Interesting.
Okay.
So is he related to, is it William Wallace of Scotland? The one that Mel
Yes.
Gibson? Wow.
Yes, he was related to me.
That's my great, great, great uncle. Yeah. Yeah. My grandma was a Wallace, so we've traced it all the way back to him. Yeah. Troublemakers from the beginning. What can I say?
I gotta figure mine out because all I get is Middle East and South America. So
Spunky. All right. The final one that I have, Sister Renee says, if we had more truth, wouldn't people choose different things in their lives? Seems so hard that everything is a lie, then we have to figure it out.
well, you have to understand there are multiple levels of truth. You can have a piece of a truth, but if you look at it at a wider view, you'll see a bigger truth. So depending on where your level of truth is.
Right. Yeah. And, that's the nefarious. They've done it for thousands and thousands of years. You can't just, we are impatient, this microwave society that we have. But you got to remember, our allies have trying to undo tens of thousands of years worth of pain and suffering. And you can't just snap your fingers and have it done. God's allowing it to happen on his timeline.
Yeah, and you also have to understand, after all this is complete, we only have 1,000 years of peace before all this starts again.
Yeah, but it's not going to last very long. Yeshua was going to put a stop to that. Okay, so it says, question, will we ascend in these bodies that we have? Nope.
No, it's a spirit that ascends.
The spirit will ascend. These meat sacks will be left behind. They can do whatever they want to with them. They can make puppets. I don't care. You won't care.
I'm going to put it on a hanger. When I come and visit you guys, I'll come back in the meat suit.
No thanks.
Take it out for cleaning.
Can you imagine if our spirit came down and we had a whole wardrobe of bodies we could choose from? Who will we be today? Okay. All right.
I'll be like, hello, everybody. I'm Barbie today.
Okay, that was the last of her questions. Okay. So that's all I got. What you got, King?
I don't have any in the coffee page, so we'll start with the starred.
All right.
Marcy, are we still in Atlantis, projecting our consciousness into this simulation or timeline?
That is amazing, Marcy. That is
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Y'all. Just make sure you take off your shoes and stay a while. Thank y'all.
Well, if it's Atlantis, it sure is dry. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think we ascended from that, but I think we asked this before. Still in Atlantis.
This is interesting. So we've started something new. Atlantis is in suspension right now. Okay, if that makes sense. They're in limbo. Now, once this ascension happens and all that is freed, it's all going to be restored. It's going to be an ongoing process. And Atlantis will be a part of that. But there are no
Lemuria.
Actually,
yes.
I remember I don't know, have this impression that when we came in as Atlantis, we messed up. We were supposed to ascend at that time. So we all came in to right the wrong that we did. Is that correct, Jen?
What
Yeah.
do you mean
We all chose to be here.
Blame for this. King's like, I wasn't a part of that. No.
I do not believe you're French.
Oui.
Mais oui, mon chéri.
This generation, we are righting our wrongs. And God needed a really strong army to come and put up with this stuff, this time, and what we call the end days. Use that term loosely because it's not the end. I think it's a new beginning.
It's a new beginning.
No
Well,
pun
the
intended.
ending of the old,
Isn't
and
it?
the beginning of the new.
Well, it's song. It's the end of the world as we know it.
By REM. Yeah, as we know it, and he needed some pretty tough cookies to come down here and deal with this and be awake. So. We're tough. Yeah.
Who else except the Gen Xers? It's so awesome.
Exactly. There is a term for the Gen Xers that we are. The don't give up. Yeah, we just don't.
We can kick their butts and have
They
a
call
back-
it. I think Lee said the other day. We Gen X is called the "don't give a f" generation, because we don't.
Water shortage? What? There's a hose. Come on.
Yeah, get on.
I'm leaning on my hose.
Oh boy. Does our King of Wands need to close his eyes again? Okay.
I'm doing it for him. Here we go.
Close your eyes, James. Okay.
Katrina,
Oh,
my daughter's car had a silver streak painted on it. Human trafficking, is this because of what I do on the side that my granddaughter is a target?
Oh.
human trafficking. Let me ask another question. I'm just going to write targeted. That's all I want. I don't get much on human trafficking, but I get as a target.
Well, Kat, you'll be happy to know you had a card stick their head out of the deck, and it's the Divine Creator.
Yes.
You have nothing to worry about. You are divinely protected. That's moving out of troubled waters. 7 of Wands. They know you're a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is her granddaughter a target, though?
Well, that's what I'm looking for.
Well, that's I got as a target. Yes, I didn't see human trafficking,
Yes.
but I saw
It
target.
is possible. It is possible. This is giving and receiving and being left out, missing. Yeah.
Yeah, target. Yes, because they
So
know.
yes. But the Divine Creator is reassuring that she'll be fine.
She's protected. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, these silver
Yeah.
streaks. The silver streaks is it actually was a Mossad way of finding people. So
Yeah.
Is this-
Beware of thieves of children. Yeah.
There's also the name of a train,
Mossad, silver streak.
the Silver Streak.
So can I pull a Vippy? Is it part of the Mossad doing this?
Well, they run a lot of the 3-letter agencies, we've found out.
Yeah, so that's what because this is exactly what they do overseas.
I wonder if she'll take her car in and have it repainted silver. Then what are they going to do?
Yes, the deep state's involvement with the littles. Mhm.
Well, it's not just silver, King. It has a iridescent light, so when they track them at night, they see it. It's not the silver. It's just they have an extra thing that they can spot them from afar.
Moonchild, is it true the commandment "Thou shalt not kill" was supposed to be "Thou shalt not murder"?
Yes.
Yes.
People, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
No, hunting deer is
fly just
murder.
went past me. If that's a sign, a fly just went right past me.
Murder as in ill intent of the heart.
That
Yes.
would be like swatting flies. Yeah, that's murder.
Yeah,
Oh.
because you can't say that, self-defense is murder. It's not. This is premeditated malice of the heart.
Well, let me tell you something funny that happened today. It was hilarious. I am on a mission to kill this one fly. And it went to the screen, so I said, okay, I can.
That's premeditated, Nadia. Okay.
Oh, you're in
Was
trouble
that part of
now.
murder?
That's murder.
No, it's actually a reincarnation burst. But I went to get it, and it fell to the windowsill and pretended to be dead. And I said, I don't trust you. And I went
Just
to get
messing with you.
and I went to kill it, and it flew. And I was like, where's their intelligence coming from? It's amazing.
Everybody's waking up in this ascension. This is what we call insurance. It's not called overkill. It's called insurance. Kill it again. Yeah.
Well, I had to kill it again.
Yep.
Yeah, I used my discernment, and
There
I
you
knew
go.
it. But I mean, a fly learned how to play possum. That's so crazy.
Well, every creature can get smarter because the energy's so high.
It's so crazy.
We're making people smart and bugs.
Oh no, we don't need smart bugs. Come on. That's dangerous.
So the baby would like to know, does the birds have a message today?
The birds.
Does the birds have a message today? The birds.
Is it a collective birds or?
I don't know. I think one of those signs I'm supposed to be paying attention to are the crows that come by and caw in the yard. They only come and go once in a while. Do the birds have a
Well, they're
message?
talking about the balance of Gaia. This is about healing, hope, and optimism. So they feel the frequency.
Mhm.
Yeah. Some are quite stuck. They're not quite sure how to deal with this energy. It's all new to them too. Do you remember when was it a year or two ago? We had all these animals circling counterclockwise. They didn't know what was going on. Like, what is happening? Yeah.
Exactly. And also with the axis change, they don't
Yeah.
know where north and south is anymore. You know how the birds fly south?
There is no south. I'm sorry.
It's not. Nope.
You finally let him believe it, Jeff.
There's an over there. There's an over there.
King. That's disillusionment. Don't fall.
I know.
But yeah, but they don't know where north and south is right now. North is actually east, so we
Yeah.
don't know. Look at the moon. Look at the sun. Where does it rise? Yeah.
I guess that's my cue to
Yes,
next question.
yeah. Silence from me. Yeah.
Skipper.
The skipper
Oh.
for JoJo. Who or what pushed her yesterday and made her fall and get hurt? She would ask herself, but she's rocking the grandbaby.
She's
Also,
rocking.
Nadia, she is feeling much better today. So
Skipper,
thank
did you push her? What are you doing?
Well, since she's feeling much better today, Nadia decided to push her.
Nadia pushed her. I needed to talk to you guys, so I pushed her.
That's work security.
Let's
Fix them and then hurt them again.
There's
put
no way
this
I want to
down.
do karma again. I'm good. Hello.
Let's put this down so Nadia doesn't look like Kilroy anymore.
Hurrah, look.
Don't worry about this. This was a strategic move by your guardian angel to prevent you from getting hurt.
Yeah, that was protection. She was protected, but did
It
somebody push
was
her?
a protection move, and they will shove you. Hey, I've been pushed by Jesus. Okay, they will do it because it's for your own good, but they won't hurt you.
So nobody pushed her, and then the guardian angel protected her. It was the guardian angel that pushed
Something
her.
was after her, and the guardian will move you out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, because bathroom was inaccessible at that point.
That would be a mess. If I was pushed, that would be a mess.
Mary, how many lives did I spend in the DUMS, which would be the deep underground military bases?
We all were down there, guys.
I'm just glad that that's worded correctly, and it didn't say how many lives did I live dumb. Okay, because you're a smart woman, Mary.
Or how many lives did I spend in the dumbness?
Yeah.
Deep underground military bases. I'll see what you all get.
The dumbest.
Wow, that's a whole lot more than what I thought.
Well, then that's a whole lot more than I'm thinking. Because I'm getting one. One's enough in the dumb.
Yeah, page. Okay, so trapped little is what that
Okay.
represents, and stolen. But you got a 7 here. Until you reached happiness with family. Wow. The final last trip, you were rescued by off-worlders to make sure it wasn't happening again. Okay.
I think Nadia's falling asleep.
She is.
What? I was in the dumbs. I was counting.
Sharon, will my fur baby be fine staying at the new kennel he has never been to before? She's so worried about him.
Sharon's so loud. All in caps.
I love it. Flying card. It's the creator.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. That's divine protection.
Yep.
There you go. Nice.
No worries.
A little scared. This is just the energy of doggy. A little scared, fear of the unknown. Like it doesn't look familiar. Hoping that you'll come back soon, but please understand, very loving energy there. They just have to take a minute to adapt. Okay. It's like dropping off a kid at daycare for the first time. You got to give them a minute.
Yep. He wants his mama.
You have him. He's all yours now.
What is that?
Will I get a car before 2025? Would that be with or without an engine?
Yeah.
Specific.
Is this human Peeply size or Hot Wheels size? Which one do we want?
Oh, it reminds me of a little story, that true story in my life. And I was like 16 or 17 and asked for a Mercedes Benz for Christmas, and I got one.
And a Hot Wheels
in a small box, Matchbox.
Yes,
because you didn't specify.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did that too. We my niece, when the Apple phones came out, she wanted an Apple, and that's what we gave her.
The kids, when they want an iPad, go to the first aid section and they sell them. They're called iPads. And they go, yeah.
We know how to cause disappointment.
This is strong yes, Mary Jean. Here's a yes. This is determination to get one. You will be celebrating before 2025. Yes.
I got a yes too.
Yeah. Colleen, can you tell me what the issues in my naval area are pertaining to?
That's you, Nadia.
I'm trying.
I want out. Let me out. I have that problem.
Aren't you glad she asked? A navel orange?
Oh, no. You don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Come on.
I might have to start running.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You got a nice size navel.
Did you just call it that?
Any or
Come on,
any?
Colleen, you're worried about some security. I'm seeing more home than job. It's home. You're worried, but the stomach, you're holding a lot of stuff in your intestines, meaning stress that you don't want it. You look like cool as a cucumber on the outside, but on the inside, you're holding everything in. Okay, let me see. Oh, it got smaller. Okay. I that's all I got. You just gotta release whatever you're holding in. Give it to the universe. What did you get, Jen?
Yeah. Feeling left out. You just need to walk away. It's you're holding on to it too much. You need to release, is what it's saying.
Yeah.
Is this finances? This is security, and this is an internal battle with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Nobody wants orange, please.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite knock-knock joke.
Yeah. While we're waiting on King, I will let you all know that he and I are going to do a dual show in September on spirit animals. He's got the same deck I do. We're both going to pull and see what your spirit animals are.
So it's not like, what was it? Scorpio?
What?
Yeah, I'll be the Scorpio.
Oh, yeah. We've got to put up our September schedules. I've got most of it, I think, settled, but still kind of up in the air. I'm still dealing with legal crap with Michael. I got a letter in the mail today.
Oh, no.
I have to prove that he wasn't married. Which they already had that information, but I have to sign a sworn affidavit to it and send it to them.
Oh my God, still, I would be like, you see this wedding album? No pictures.
He was 22. Okay. I'm not saying anything. I was married at 17, but my gosh.
No, but I'm just saying, have you proved that it didn't happen?
After the court already sent them the paperwork that it was true, and they're like, but we need you to say it's not true. And I said, I did already. We'll sign that paper. Okay, whatever.
It's just to prolong it, that's all.
Oh, I know.
I take it you take that long session already.
What long session?
That last question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I figured it was going to be a long session with you, so I took a bathroom break.
Oh, no, I was pretty quick.
Oh, really?
Orange, and then you went away.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Is original T-Man alive? Heard about a plane incident for entertainment purposes only, of course. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
absolutely.
Still
These
in
are
the
all
same
divine
place.
cards.
Yeah, he's still in the same place he's always been.
Absolutely. He is very divinely protected.
Yep.
And
Yes.
yeah, he's good.
Not like-
That's the original 1.0. So
Not like that time where the security guards couldn't protect him. He is way more protected than that.
yeah.
Yep. I think we're at the 1:30 mark.
So close questions.
Yes, close questions, please. I'm going to check through here and make sure there aren't any after the pause. Well, there was the one, but we just did that one. Jules, good to see you. Hi, Karan. She's new. If you want to give her a general reading.
Hi, Karan. Okay.
We will let you sneak in, Karen.
We'll be nice to you on the first time around, and then we treat you like family. So,
Oh, then you're in trouble.
yep.
Wait, did Jules have a question? Jules was supposed to put a question in, so I guess I'll pull a Vippy for her.
Yeah, oh, sure. But you're going to have to wait until after Quran.
Jules is stuck in the closet she's been trying to clean out.
Well, I think it was labor pains.
Okay, Karan, we have a lot of financial information here for you in a general reading. Okay, so you're concerned about your future, all right? Trying to figure out where to put your money best, how to spend it right, and to be able to keep your head above water and reserve. They're advising you to reserve some reserve some money. Water in my brain. This is humanitarian. You will get the assistance that you need. Just be smart about it. This is intelligence. Don't get wild and crazy. and go out partying and doing any of that. Reserve finances. Be careful, because if you don't, you will be left out in the cold. Lots of pentacles in your reading. Okay.
Don't let that fool you. I have no rhythm.
I was going to say, was that your going crazy or was that your reserve?
That's Elaine on the Seinfeld show type dance, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have a question for. It was a interesting question. So general question. When a bank gives you a cashier's check,
Mm-hmm.
your name is all in cap letters.
Yeah, that's your government
Is
chattel
that a
number.
chattel number? Is it still going on as a corporation, or are they taking?
Well, they're bankrupt. They haven't, until they give back what they've stolen from our chattel numbers, it will still remain that way.
So is that money that came to you in a cashier's check coming from your chattel number? Are they paying you with your own money when it's in cap letters?
Yes. You
Okay.
just recycled. That's their money laundering that they do.
Yeah, that's what I was just curious, because it's still coming out in
They would never owe you anything. What are you talking about? Yeah. They just borrow it from your own account, and then you're going to work harder to put it back in there.
All right.
So you put good care of yourself, Nadia. Yeah.
And I thank myself.
Yes.
Put your Vippy back into your purse.
So let's just do this example just in case. Here he goes. Both of you guys. Cross your arms, Jen. So, for example, I sell my house and I get the cashier's check.
Uh-huh.
Their bank gave me the money for the house I sold.
Yeah.
And it has my name and cap names.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Did I get paid with my own money?
Yes, but it's not your house.
But it's not my house. I know.
You don't get to own anything, remember?
Exactly.
And you'll like it.
And I do like it. I love
it. Because the way the mortgages are, or the paperwork is finalized, you may have a deed, but read the fine print. The government has access to that anytime they want to.
Unless you pay by silver or gold.
Unless you do that, or you are considered sovereign and independent and you don't have a child. That means that you've taken yourself out of the corporation and your name has not been capitalized. You declare that I'm a living woman. You don't declare yourself as a citizen. If you're a citizen, you fall under the government rules. You are a sovereign, living human of the divine creator. That's your definition.
Now, see, that's a catch-22, though.
Yeah.
To not be a citizen, meaning if you were to fly, you can't have a passport as of now.
You can't have any of the little what they call rights and privileges, even though you shouldn't have to ask permission for these things. But that's right. You do not get to participate in governmental things. That's right.
So we just have to wait, and all of us become sovereign. And
it will happen naturally. So a lot of people are going out and trying to rush the situation, and that's fine. You do you, but it's not necessary. A lot of people are spending a lot of money to try to get their name taken out of the caps.
Don't.
But it's going to happen for you for free, and you'll get back everything that you've put into it. So. Yeah.
Which reminded me, 2 years ago, they were all into the get rid of your citizenship and join the republic.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are a republic.
But I wouldn't do it because I'm like, why am I giving my rights to some other group?
Yeah, that's right. So, you're sovereign from the divine creator. You don't put any other title on it. That's all you need to know.
Exactly. So that's why I want everybody to make sure you guys understand and use your discernment of how sovereign you guys are, because don't fall for any of this. We're sick of being citizens or whatever. We have to play this 3D thing until it opens up for us. Until we understand we are not chattel anymore.
That's right.
All right, open up your hands and go to the next question. Is he sleeping? Should I throw some water at them?
Sprinkle.
No, all the questions are gone. We've
We're
already
done?
Yeah, we're
already
done.
done them.
Woo.
Roundtable on Friday as usual. That's a Q&A,
Yep.
and Jen will be hosting that.
Yep, that's the pot. I mean, potpourri. Yep.
And
making
tomorrow
potpourri?
I have a show, but I've changed the time from 1 till 2 because I have to take my granddaughter to the airport. So that hopefully will give me enough time to get back and do the show.
Stay tuned for another
Stay
episode.
tuned. And I
As
have
the
not
King of Cups
gotten
travels.
September's scheduled yet. I won't probably until
Yeah, I haven't either.
Saturday.
I've got a couple of them done, but like I said, King and I are going to do the spirit animal show,
Mhm.
and I'll get it up. I'm trying to leave some of it open because Lee and I have some things to do. But right now, there's openings for readings. You got a couple more days to get in on the sale, but your reading won't be for a couple of weeks because I don't have any openings until the second week of September, which isn't that far away because we're at the last week of August.
So Bets, if you haven't scheduled yet, you might want to do that now.
Yeah, just drop me an email. We'll get you scheduled.
All righty then.
Speaking of, is it under prayer?
I don't know. She's still talking. What is she talking
I,
about?
You're talking to yourself.
I do talk in my sleep, believe it or not. No, Jewel,
I fight in my sleep, but I don't know why.
I just
I've
want to
been in
say
the same room when Nadia's sleeping. I need to start doing this.
it's 26 to the left, 39 to the right. No, but
Where is it buried? Okay.
no, Jewel sent something last night, and I thought it was really cool. So I want to say we went from August 1st to the end of August in about 5 minutes. So get ready. Christmas will be here in a few hours. That's how fast time is going by.
Well, I guess I'm going to go get a tree up. Okay.
We have so many trees outside.
Manifest.
Okay, here, guys. UK.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Y'all manifest some rain for the UK because it is so dry here.
Yeah, I just want to make sure UK, guys.
UK.
All right,
we enjoying the sunset.
You don't enjoy sunsets. You enjoy the dark gloom.
That was a disillusionment really quick.
There you go. All right. We'll see you on tomorrow or Friday.
And we'll be thinking of next week's round topic. We've kind of got one in the works.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
How do we change our frowns into a smile?
Okay, wait, we're gonna
We stand on our head.
Stand on your head.
No, our next.
Well, that took care of next week's roundtable then.
Next week's roundtable is telepathy. We'll be doing it all in telepathy.
All right. Until then, love and light to you all.
Bye, love.
Yep.
Love
ya. Jen's gonna take a nap. Bye.
Yeah, me too. Bye now.